Section 4.3 Tribulation in Revelation. It is important to note that the word tribulation is used 5 times in the early chapters of Revelation. The last occurrence is just after the opening of the 6th seal. After the Great Tribulation and rapture have occurred, it is never used again. There is no more tribulation in Revelation after the 6th seal is opened. Let's quickly review what the Bible passages we have looked at teach us about the order of the end-time events. First, the elect will remain through the greatest tribulation which has ever occurred on earth, and ever will. Matthew 24:21. This tribulation occurs immediately before the sun is darkened, the moon does not give her light, and the stars fall. The sun turns black, the moon turns red, and the stars fall at the opening of the 6th seal. And the great day of wrath begins, Revelation 6:12-17. Then Yahweh seals 144,000 to be left as witnesses after the elect are gone, in Revelation 7:1-8. The Son of Man appears in the clouds after those cosmic disturbances. Then the elect are gathered from one end of the world to the other. It's from the Gospel accounts in Matthew 24 and Mark 13. Then the elect appear before the throne in white robes with palm branches, in Revelation 7:9-14. After this, Yahweh comforts the elect and wipes all the tears away from their eyes, in Revelation 7:17. The elect enter into their rest, into the rooms that have been prepared for them before God's fury or wrath passes by. This is from Isaiah 26:20 and 2 Thessalonians 1:7-8. All of these events, from the end of the Great Tribulation to the beginning of the Day of Wrath, happen between the opening of the 6th seal and the opening of the 7th seal, and in chapters 6 and 7 of Revelation. I hope I have convinced you that the biblical case for the Great Tribulation preceding the rapture and the 6th seal is very strong. I also hope that I have clarified what the word tribulation really entails. I'm not alone in thinking that we are already in, at the very least, the beginning of the Great Tribulation. Yet we should not be afraid of this period of tribulation, any more than a pregnant woman should be afraid of labor. It is pain with a purpose, and that purpose is new life. If you remember from Table 4.1, following the opening of the 7 seals, there are 2 other periods of 7 in the book of Revelation, the 7 trumpets and the 7 cups of wrath. They are also translated as bowls or vials. So why does Paul say that we will be raptured at the last trumpet when there are 7 trumpets yet to come? There really is an excellent biblical answer for this, and we will get to it in chapter 14. The 7 trumpets and pre-wrath. In ancient Israel, the trumpet was used as a warning and a call to battle or worship. It seems like the first time period following the seals will be a warning of what is to come, a final chance to accept God's merciful love. Yahweh is truly good and does not want to punish the righteous along with the wicked. He loves his children and only uses harsh discipline when absolutely necessary. Read what the psalmist says about Yahweh. But he, full of pity, forgave their iniquity and did not destroy them. Yea, many times he turned his anger away and did not stir up all his wrath. Psalm 78:38. All throughout the Bible, Yahweh calls his people to repentance, often for years and years, before sending a punishment upon them. The punishments begin small and then grow. His last and worst punishment is to give us what we deserve. He turns us over to our own rule. All he has to do is remove his blessing and protection, and we face what we have earned instead of what he longs to give us. Israel was surrounded by nations more powerful than she was. When the people turned to other gods and refused to return to Yahweh, even after the prophet spoke to them again and again, Yahweh would finally lead them to the gods they had chosen. These were false gods that could not protect them, and Israel suffered for it. The punishment on Israel was often slavery to other countries. Without Yahweh's protection, they were easily conquered. Later, when they turned their hearts back to him and asked for deliverance, Yahweh would show mercy and save them again, and again, and again. They were always warned, and yet they so seldom repented. Listen to the words Jesus spoke in Luke. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the one killing the prophets and stoning those having been sent to her. How often I desired to gather your children in the way a hen gathers her brood under the wings, and you did not desire it. Behold, your house is left to you desolate. Do you hear what he is saying? He longs to protect us, even from what we deserve. The word desolate above means lonesome and solitary, or deprived of aid. He does not force us to choose him, but he does make it easy if we want to choose him. Yahweh always prefers mercy to discipline, but he is also just. The blood of millions of innocent victims cries out from the ground. Have you ever asked one of the following questions? Why does God allow evil people to succeed in life? Or, if there's a God, why doesn't he do something about all the evil in the world? You're not alone if you have felt that way. The Bible is full of good people crying out to God to avenge them. God will do something. He has promised that there will be a final reckoning for all the innocent blood which has been shed in this world, especially those who have been martyred for his sake. Yes, I know, there have been atrocities committed by people throughout history in the name of God and the Church. Be careful not to judge God for what people have done or said. At the final judgment, there will be people who cry out, Lord, Lord, but he will say to them, I never knew you. Just because someone claims to know God does not make it true. The Bible tells us how to recognize those who truly come from him. Those people have lives which are marked by love, joy, peace, patience, goodness, kindness, faithfulness, meekness, self-control, truth, and righteousness, which means living in purity. Christians will never be perfect as long as we live in this world, but as God works in our hearts, our lives must begin to show the qualities mentioned above.